Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB and today's the 9th of July 2025 and the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are definitely pumping up. But what is really interesting to note guys is all of the metrics are pretty much the same since the last 24 hours, which just means one thing guys. Since the last 24 hours a lot of buying is actually taking place, isn't it? And this particular information guys does actually correlate to the Bitcoin mempool, because on the episode I released on the 7th of July guys, I did actually talk about the Bitcoin mempool has gone down by 90%, which essentially means that there are less transactions. And based on the last 24 hours, guys, the numbers actually state that a lot of buying is going on and not necessarily selling. Now, the reason why this thing is happening, guys, is once again connected to President Donald Trump, in my honest opinion. Because look, yesterday he went in and extended the tariffs, isn't it? Now, because of that news, as well as 10% increased tax on BRICS nations, the prices temporarily fell down, but looks like the market is corrected. And because of that, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are on an uptrend. And President Donald Trump is also making an interesting move so far as ETF is concerned. And his media company, that is Trump Media and Technology Group, also called as TMTG, they have filed a registration for a crypto blue chip ETF, and it includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Kronos, as well as XRP. Now, so far as Kronos is concerned, guys, because of the announcement, the cryptocurrency has pumped up by well over 20%. So we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. Now regarding ETF guys, there's some really interesting data that is out. Now what that data actually states is that BlackRock, they currently have over 700,000 Bitcoin under management. This is a ridiculously huge amount considering the fact that they recently got into the Bitcoin space, isn't it? And look guys, I cannot stress this enough. Whatever BlackRock touches, the entire narrative regarding that particular project or industry changes as well, isn't it? And one thing which I always tell my clients as well as friends is, Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, he does issue letters to the CEOs, and according to me, that lays a foundation as to which direction the planet Earth revolves in, because this whole notion regarding woke ideologies, war, and now Bitcoin also revolves around that letter. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to BlackRock's website and just read through the letter, guys, and you would be surprised the impact Larry Fink as well as BlackRock has on the entire world. And this whole hype regarding tokenization is only because of Larry Fink, isn't it? As a matter of fact, guys, the next news I'm going to be talking about is also connected to tokenization. And Blocksquare, guys, which is kind of one of the OGs of tokenization space, they put out an information via LinkedIn, and they have actually announced that they have over $200 million in tokenized real estate. And roughly around 2 years ago, guys, I did actually interview Mark Ramhani, who according to me is probably the most knowledgeable person in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space. Now look guys, I've interviewed well over 200 CEOs, CTOs and tech founders, and according to me, in my honest opinion, my favorite top 3 interviews was actually with him, and he along with his business partner guys, they also go live via LinkedIn. As a matter of fact, they have done over 115 sessions via LinkedIn. So look guys, if you want to go out and learn about tokenization, particularly real estate, definitely go out and follow the LinkedIn channel, and also go out and follow his business partner, that is Dennis Petrovic. Because according to me, guys, they are the OGs in the space and the world of tokenization, and they've been talking about real estate for at least 3 to 5 years. So definitely go ahead and follow them via LinkedIn, and go ahead and listen to the LinkedIn live session as well. Now the next news, guys, is a really interesting new narrative that is building up. Now we know about Bitcoin Treasury firms, isn't it? But looks like now the next narrative is regarding Ethereum Treasury firm and SharpLink Gaming, guys. They are inspired by Michael Saylor and strategy, but rather than investing in Bitcoin, guys, they are going ahead and accumulating a lot of Ethereum, and the new narrative that might be taking place is probably Ethereum Treasury firms. And as of 4th of July, guys, SharpLink is also committed 100% of the Ethereum holdings to staking, as well as restaking protocols. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss some of these numbers. Now it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, how the balance sheet is going to be reflecting based on these numbers. But right now the narrative is all about Treasury firms. And to be honest, guys, this might be the first firm I saw that they're talking about Ethereum Treasury firm. Really interesting news in my honest opinion. Now we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Blockchain DXB podcast, we will be looking at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news is a massive one, and this is also connected to the narrative regarding tokenization and Dubai Land Department, guys. They have signed an agreement with the giants Crypto.com, and here's the interesting thing, guys. They want to develop digital investment environment for virtual real estate assets. So definitely interesting news, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. Now the second news, guys, is connected to artificial intelligence, and this is more to do with data centers and XDS data center, guys. They have signed a staggering 15-year deal to host 10 megawatts of AI workloads, and they're doing that in Saudi's Desert Dragon facilities, so definitely interesting move. So we've got a lot of interesting things to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Hey everyone, this episode is powered by our newest sponsor, that is Amana. And Amana, guys, they are the region's first and fastest growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. And whether you're looking to invest in US stocks like Apple or Tesla, or even manage giants like ADNOC, Amana puts global market at your fingertips. And they also include gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, future commodities, and guess what, guys? There are over 450 cryptocurrencies, and this makes them the biggest crypto selection in the region. So listen, guys, if you want to go out and build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day, go out and explore their pre-built auto investment plan. And what you can do is just set your monthly budget and then choose your preferred asset categories and let Amana automate the investing for you. And here's the best thing, they have zero fees, zero lockups, and 100% customizable. And what makes Amana is really beautiful is funding your account is easier than ever. So what you can do is, guys, you can now send crypto deposits directly from your wallets into Amana account. That means there is no friction and no hassle, isn't it? Now let's say if you're stuck and if you do need support, you would absolutely love Amana because they offer 24/6 human customer service as well as personalized sales support. And these are real people offering real help. And here's something exclusive only for our listeners. Because you're part of the blockchain DXB journey and community, guys, what you can do is you can register using the code blockchain DXB, and the link to it is in the show notes below. Once you fund your account with a minimum of $100 and make at least one trade, you will receive a $100 trading bonus credited to your account the following month. So look, guys, Amana is absolutely transparent, powerful and easy app. So what are you waiting for, guys? Go to the show notes below and download the app, that is Amana, and use the code blockchain DXB, and the link to the code is in the show notes below as well. So go ahead and enjoy your journey with Amana. They are on all markets, one app. Next, guys, I'm happy to announce that Blockchain DXB is the official media partner with one of the OGs in the cryptocurrency and blockchain event space, and that is Blockchain Futuristic Conference taking place in Florida this year, as well as ETH Women taking place simultaneously. And trust me, guys, this is an event that you don't want to miss, isn't it? Because for the very first time, North America's most immersive Web3 event is heading to the United States of America, and the Blockchain Futurist Conference and ETH Women event is actually taking place between the 5th and 6th of November. And the location is absolutely stunning, guys. It is taking place at Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, which is in Hollywood, Florida. That's right, guys. Palm trees, panels, and the biggest mind in blockchain and cryptocurrency is all in one place. So there will be multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, hand-on tech demos, metaverse experiences, even outdoor VIP cabanas, and quite a lot more. And the Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, guys, is one of the most iconic venues in the country. So look, guys, if you're in the Web3 space, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or even artificial intelligence space, or just want to do some serious networking, this is the place that you got to be. And to all of you Blockchain DXB listeners, guys, we have something really interesting for you, because you can get a 25% off the tickets. So just use the code DXB25, and the link to the event as well as the code is in the show notes below. And as an official media partner, I'll be doing exclusive live coverage, interviews, behind the scenes access, and I will be spotlighting some of the most exciting projects shaping the future of decentralized finance tech. So if you're at the venue, guys, definitely come and say hi. Maybe we can catch up for a coffee as well. So listen, guys, the code is DXB25, and by using this code you will be eligible for a 25% discount. And the event is taking place between the 5th and 6th of November 2025 at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, that is in Hollywood, Florida. And in the show notes below, guys, there's all contact details for Blockchain Futuristic Conference Florida 2025, as well as ETH Women. And look, guys, this is the future of blockchain technology brought into life. So don't just read about it. Be there and head to the website, that is futuristconference.com, and go ahead and use the code DXB25. So see you at the event. Next, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast, and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode, As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the Statement of Corporate Social Responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, it's really important to note, guys, so far as the ETF inflows is concerned, today the number is $278.6 million. Yesterday, this number had drastically fallen down, isn't it? And as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, guys, all of the other metrics are exactly the same since the last 24 hours, which just means since the last 24 hours, a lot of buying is going on, isn't it? Because the prices of Bitcoin is definitely pumped up. Along with that, Ethereum is pumped up, XRP is pumped up, and Kronos is pumped up as well. And the global cryptocurrency market right now is at $3.44 trillion. And since the last 24 hours, guys, the global cryptocurrency market is up by 2.3%. And if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours, today the number is $82.9 billion. So look, guys, there is not much difference in comparison to the last 24 hours, which just means probably a lot of buying is going on, isn't it? And if you look at the volume of decentralized exchange, today it is at $12.82 billion. And one new matrix which I've been tracking this week, guys, is the total fees that is accumulated on decentralized exchange. And since the last 24 hours, $82.79 million has been accumulated in transaction fees. And I cannot stress this enough, guys. This number is less than 1%, and I'm pretty much sure on centralized exchanges, this number would be around 3%, 4%, or maybe even higher, isn't it? And this just shows the power of using decentralized exchanges. And if you look at the total value locked, it is also pumped up, and right now it is at $116.74 billion. Now look, as if this narrative regarding Ethereum Treasury firm picks up pace, it will directly impact the total value locked as well. Now what is crazy to note, guys, is there may not be much activity in Ethereum as such, but because a lot of institutions as well as retailers buying Ethereum and putting it into the balance sheet, and then if they want to become validators, it will directly impacting the total value locked as well as in it. So think of it, guys, what a crazy world to be alive in, no? So it could be possible that the activities in Ethereum would actually go down, no? But the total value locked will actually pick up pace, which just means, guys, there is more investment flowing into securing the network, and there are less transactions currently taking place. Now this analogy does make a lot of sense when you talk about Bitcoin, cause Bitcoin's use case is just to make daily transactions, isn't it? But when you talk about Ethereum, a smart contracting platform, guys, the use case is so that you can go and build decentralized apps and make a lot of transactions. So look, as if the narrative regarding Ethereum Treasury firm picks up pace, I wouldn't be surprised if the total value lock crosses the $150 billion mark, maybe even the $200 billion mark. That, to be honest, is crazy and would not make any sense, but the cryptocurrency world is absolutely wild and crazy sometimes. And one matrix, guys, which I tend to keep an eye on a daily basis is decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, and today that percentage is 39.33%. And I've been saying this over and over again, guys, this number is great if it is above the 40% mark, but you also need to factor into consideration that a lot of centralized exchanges are using decentralized exchanges too. And based on the numbers, guys, I wouldn't be surprised a lot of centralized exchanges do actually account for 20%, maybe even 25% or 30%. Now let's quickly run through some numbers regarding decentralized exchanges. And PancakeSwap's volume has definitely picked up pace, and since the last 24 hours, the 24-hour volume is $6.52 billion. Uniswap, guys, the number is below the $2 billion mark. Today it is at $1.76 billion. Radium is below the $1 billion mark, and the 24-hour volume is $908.8 billion. Fluid Gas is at number 4th, and its 24-hour volume is about the $500 million mark, $517.39 million. Meteor Gas is at number 5th, and its 24-hour volume is $454.70 million. Now let's quickly run through some numbers regarding stable coins. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, the volume is pretty much the same since the last 24 hours. Usually what happens is, when the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency pumps up, the volume of stable coins picks up pace as well as in it. Because what happens is a lot of centralized exchanges, they ask you to go and buy a lot of stable coins and then convert them into buying, let's say, Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. And that's how most of the decentralized exchanges work as well as in it. But look, based on the numbers, looks like a lot of fiat currencies has been used to go and buy a lot of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And that's precisely the reason why the volume of stablecoins hasn't picked up pace. As a matter of fact, guys, this might be the very rare time when the volume of stablecoins has actually gone down since the last 24 hours. And the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are pumped up. And according to me, guys, that is absolutely a great sign, because it means a lot of fiat currencies have been used to go and buy a lot of cryptocurrencies, isn't it? Let me know, guys, if you agree to my assessment or disagree to it. Now looking at the numbers, Tether USDT's volume is $61.82 billion. Circle USDC is at number 2nd and its 24-hour volume is $8.57 billion. And FDUSD, guys, is at number 3rd with a volume of $5.16 billion. Now let's quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as I've been saying since the last few months, guys, if the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are pumping up, and if the dominance is increasing, it is definitely a great sign, because it means people are more interested in that particular token or cryptocurrency, isn't it? Now, Bitcoin's dominance today is pumped up to 63.56%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is also pumped up, and right now it is at 9.18%. And if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $44.21 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $17.46 billion. The market cap of Bitcoin is $2.16 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap has also pumped up a lot, and today it is at $315 billion. Now before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, guys, let's go ahead and look at some new metrics. And today what I want to do is, I want to look at the total number of decentralized apps that is working across the top 5 different blockchain protocols. And surprisingly guys, Binance BNB Smart Chain is at number 1, and the total number of decentralized apps is at 5,786. Now to be completely honest guys, I was expecting this number to be around 10,000, and I'm really shocked to see Binance Smart Chain as number 1, cause look guys, Ethereum is kind of like the king of smart chains, isn't it? But Ethereum is at number 2, and the number of dApps is 5,070. Polygon is at number 3, and the number of dApps is 2,457. Tron is at number 4 guys, and the number of dApps is 1,411. And Arbitrum is at number 5th, and the number of dApps is 749. Now surprisingly guys, Solana is not in the top 5. Or could it be possible that dApp Radar is not taking correct information? Let me know guys what are your thoughts regarding this, cause based on my understanding, Solana should definitely be in the top 3, isn't it? Let me know guys if you do have any additional information regarding this. Now guys, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin right now is almost on the verge of touching the $109,000 mark. And right now it is at $108,941. And since the last 24 hours, it is actually up by 0.60%. And since the last 7 days, it is actually up by 3.04%. Now look guys, the only reason why the prices are pumping up, it is because of President Donald Trump's move regarding tariffs, isn't it? And look guys, historically I've always said this, tariffs have done absolutely wonders in the US economy. And I'm not talking about in 2025 guys. Even in 2020 under his first term, tariffs definitely brought in a lot of investments, as well as reduced the prices as well. Now look guys, if you're still a detractor of tariffs, what I'd really recommend you to do is go to the US Treasury website, or you can also go to Customs and Border Protection reports, and you will have to sort it out individually guys. And what I did earlier before going ahead and recording this episode, I manually calculated the inflows and tariffs, and guess what guys, since March of this year, the total tariff revenues is at a staggering $74.7 billion. Now if you want the breakup guys, in the month of March, the tariff revenue under Trump administration was $9.6 billion. In April it was $15.6 billion. In May it was $22.8 billion. And in June it is at $26.7 billion. So look guys, tariffs are definitely doing a brilliant job for the US economy. But mainstream media, they got and put out a completely fake narrative, isn't it? And what I also did guys is, I also looked at tariff incomes under the Biden administration. And guess what guys, for an entire year, the tariff revenues were around the $60 billion mark. So look at the comparison guys. For an entire year under the Biden administration, the tariff income was around the $60 billion mark. But so far as Trump administration is concerned guys, just in a matter of 4 months, the tariff revenue was at $74.7 billion. So what I'd really urge you to do is guys, go to the US Treasury website, and then you also need to look at Customs and Border Protection reports, and you will have to calculate this data manually. Cause look guys, so far as tariff revenues are concerned, it includes the duties, taxes, as well as additional fees. Now the reason why I wanted to discuss this in today's episode is because yesterday President Donald Trump signed an executive order, and he extended the expiry date from the 9th of July to 1st of August, isn't it? And because of that news guys, right now the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are pumping up, and along with that, President Donald Trump is also focusing on crypto ETFs, which I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. But before that, let's go ahead and look at what is going on in Ethereum now. Because the prices of Ethereum is $2,615, and since the last 24 hours, it is actually up by 2.87%, and since the last 7 days, it is actually up by 8.75%. And look, as if this narrative regarding Ethereum Treasury firm picks up pace, who should say the price of Ethereum might actually reach a new all-time high, maybe even cross the $5,000 mark. So let's see how this new narrative plays out to be. Now regarding XRP guys, it has also pumped up, and the price of Ripple XRP is at $2.31. But surprisingly, since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 0.02%, and since the last 7 days, it is marginally up by 0.01%. Now look guys, President Donald Trump is definitely making quite a lot of bold moves, not just at the geopolitical level, but even in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space, isn't it? And his media company, that is Trump Media and Technology Group guys, they filed a registration statement with the US Security and Exchange Commission, and this is for the launch of Truth Social Crypto Blue Chip ETFs, which will directly hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Kronos, as well as XRP. Now regarding Bitcoin guys, that will account for 70%, Ethereum will account for 15%, Solana 8%, and Kronos at 5%, and finally Ripple or XRP at 2%. Now regarding Kronos guys, if you actually go to CoinMarketCap, it is pumped up the most since the last 24 hours, and I'm looking at it right now. It is up by well over 20%. Now, based on my understanding, guys, this crypto blue chip ETF definitely has a very high chance of getting approved, isn't it? And I'm pretty much sure once that thing happens, the price of Kronos will definitely be pumping up. And regarding this news, guys, Crypto.com will serve as the exclusive custodian, staking as well as liquidity provider. And once this ETF is approved, guys, it will be listed on New York Stock Exchange ARCA. And this particular ETF is sponsored by Yorkville America Digital. So look, guys, this particular move by President Donald Trump's media company marks the latest push into the fintech space, and they're doing that via the Token.5. Really interesting and genius move by President Donald Trump. Looks like he's definitely addicted to winning in all areas of life. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news regarding BlackRock. And there's a really interesting data that is out, guys, which actually states that BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF broke the 700,000 Bitcoin barrier as of 8th of July. And the Bitcoin ETF, guys, is now the third most profitable fund by the revenue. And Rajiv Soni, guys, who's from Wave Digital Assets, he did have an interview with Decrypt, and he did actually stress that this milestone could impact more than ETF, because what happens is long-term investors, guys, they are the ones who are actually buying the funds now. And when long-term investors get into these funds, guys, it kind of reduces the Bitcoin volatility as well, isn't it? And that is precisely the reason, guys, if you look at what is going on at the geopolitical level, it is not impacting the price of Bitcoin as much, isn't it? I very specifically remember, guys, even during the Israel-Iran as well as US drama, guys, the prices of Bitcoin did actually go down by less than 10%. But if you look at other cryptocurrencies, guys, they were actually dumping down by well over 10%. Some of them did actually go down by well over 40% during that time. So the point that Rajiv from Wave Digital Asset is making does make a lot of sense, because long-term investors, they are looking at Bitcoin from a long-term point of view, isn't it? And they are investing millions if not billions of dollars in buying Bitcoin. And that does go ahead and reduce the Bitcoin volatility as well. So definitely interesting matrix. Now the next news, guys, is another interesting one. And this is connected to Blocksquare. And in the show notes below, guys, there are all the details of Blocksquare. Now look, guys, based on my experience, Blocksquare is kind of like the OGs of the tokenization world. And they did actually mention via LinkedIn that they have crossed $200 million in tokenized real estate. And here's the thing, guys, it is not in works. It is already live, legal, and they're scaling really fast. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, if you do want to go ahead and learn information regarding tokenization, particularly real estate, go ahead and follow Blocksquare, and go ahead and follow two people, that is Mark Ramhami as well as Dennis Petrovic. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, guys, according to me, Mark Ramhami is probably the most intelligent person, particularly in the so-called real estate industry, as well as the tokenization space. And he's been talking about real-world asset tokenization, guys, for well more than 3 to 5 years, definitely even before BlackRock getting into the space. And Mark Ramhani along with Dennis Petrovic, guys, they do tend to go live via LinkedIn every Thursdays, and their session is called as Block Chat, and they have done well over 115 sessions. Now look, guys, I have to be completely honest, I started doing LinkedIn live session only because of them. So in a way, they have inspired me to go ahead and start a LinkedIn live session that I tend to do every Thursdays. And my LinkedIn session is called as Unfiltered Chat, and I think I've done well over 60 such sessions. So look, guys, what I'd really urge you to do is go ahead and follow Blocksquare, and maybe even contact them if you do have any business needs. And if you actually go to the website, that is blocksquare.io, guys, they have clearly mentioned the different products that they have. They have details about the pricing, and they also have a section called as Learn, where you can go ahead and understand information regarding tokenization and how it is transforming the real estate into digital assets. And they also have a section that has all the documentation, guys. They talk about the background, the vision, tokenization services, setup instructions, partner network, and quite a lot of other. So definitely great development, isn't it? And $200 million in tokenized real estate, guys, is definitely a great benchmark, because right now everyone wants to become an expert in the tokenization field, isn't it? And as I mentioned earlier, guys, according to me, these guys are kind of like the OGs in the tokenization space. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss another news, which might be the new narrative in the cryptocurrency space, and this is to do with Ethereum Treasury firms and SharpLink Gaming, guys. Looks like they're building the new narrative regarding Ethereum Treasury firms, and they're doing that by buying the second biggest digital coin, because they want to help shareholders get better value for the money. Now, they're following a similar model that is created by Strategy, isn't it? But Strategy only goes ahead and buys Bitcoin, so it's going to be really interesting to see how the balance sheet reacts over the next coming days and months. For SharpLink, guys, their Ethereum holdings is currently at 205,634. Now, what makes it really interesting in this case is they are earning 322 Ethereum in staking rewards, and they just launched this new strategy a month ago on the 2nd of June 2025. Now here's the interesting numbers, guys. As of 4th of July 2025, SharpLink is committed to 100% of the Ethereum holdings to staking and restaking protocols because they want to continue to optimize the yield generation strategy. And in just a matter of 1 month, guys, the company has already earned approximately 100 Ethereum, and they did that to staking rewards, and this has contributed to a total estimated reward yield of 322 Ethereum. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if other firms actually go and start doing this. Let's see if Microsoft or even Apple announces this news. Maybe even Microsoft. I'm pretty much sure the prices of Ethereum will definitely go off the chart, isn't it? And as I mentioned earlier, guys, one of the difference between Ethereum Treasury firms is they can go and put all the Ethereum into staking rewards, and in doing so, it is kind of like a passive income. And if that thing happens, guys, the total value locked will definitely be going off the chart as well. So I do think the next 3 months will definitely be really interesting in the world of Ethereum. So these were some macro level news, guys, on the Bitcoin blockchain cryptocurrency world. Now let's go and look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first one, guys, is definitely a massive one. And Dubai Land Dept signed an agreement with Crypto.com to develop investment environment for virtual real estate assets. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this, because their aim is to develop a digital investment environment for virtual real estate assets. And it's needless to say they are leveraging blockchain technologies and digital currencies with the property sector. And this particular move supports Dubai's plan to enable government for fee payments, and this will be via digital currencies, isn't it? And look, as this news aligns with Dubai's vision to be a global tech and real estate innovation hub, and this move is part of Dubai's Real Estate Strategy 2033, as they are targeting $1 trillion in transaction, and the key focus is to build a smart, sustainable as well as knowledge-driven real estate ecosystem. Now here's the interesting thing, guys. This partnership will explore real estate tokenization and digital asset trading, and so far as Crypto.com is concerned, they will be proposing solutions for property transactions using digital currencies, and they also plan to integrate digital custody, settlement, as well as investor verification tools. And the goal is pretty simple, guys. The Dubai Land Department wants to boost market liquidity and enable smart real estate investment, and news such as this supports Dubai's economic agenda D33 and smart city goals, isn't it? And Dubai Land Department, guys, will provide regulatory, administrative and logistical support, and complies with Dubai's legal and legislative framework is a key requirement. And so far as Crypto.com is concerned, guys, they will offer technical support, advisory services, as well as analytics, and all projects will lead to legal documentation and regulatory approach. So definitely interesting news. And look, guys, so far as Dubai is concerned, right now the new narrative is regarding tokenization, and via LinkedIn, guys, I've seen so many people become expert in the world of tokenization. I specifically know some people who used to talk about metaverse, and the moment metaverse have died down, all of a sudden now they become experts in tokenization, and they have changed the LinkedIn profile stating that they're offering tokenization services. Now regarding tokenization, guys, most likely on the 22nd of this month I will be having a LinkedIn live session where we go ahead and explain what tokenization is, the different steps involved in tokenization, and why there is so much of hype regarding tokenization. Because look, guys, Larry Fink did actually have an interview with CNBC for roughly around 7 minutes, and that was the time he actually talked about tokenization, and this was around a year ago. And immediately I knew, guys, that the next narrative in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space is regarding tokenization, and in that session we'll definitely go ahead and discuss the impact of this interview, and I'll also go ahead and share the 7 steps involved in tokenization, and what are the things you can go ahead and tokenize, and more importantly, guys, can tokenization actually work on open blockchain? Because according to me, guys, tokenization can only work on permission blockchain, and the other word for permission blockchain in my honest opinion is software, or even Microsoft Excel 2007 to be completely honest. But in that session, guys, we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on quite a lot of these things, and I'll also go ahead and discuss some latest developments, particularly regarding Dubai Land Department. We'll go ahead and discuss their partnership with Crypto.com, as well as Prepco, guys, because they are leading the space, particularly in Dubai in the world of tokenization, isn't it? Now, if you do want to go ahead and sponsor this session, guys, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, let's go ahead and discuss the second news, and this is more connected to data centers. And XDS DATACENTRES, guys, they have signed a 15-year deal to host 10 megawatts of artificial intelligence workloads, and they're doing that in Saudi's Desert Dragon facilities. So let me go ahead and share this information now, because the 3 megawatts of immersion cold infrastructure, guys, will be delivered next year in June 2026, and the remaining capacity will be completed in 2027 now. And regarding Desert Dragon, guys, they are a Saudi-based coalition provider, and they design, build, as well as operate by ICS Arabia. Now look guys, this particular move marks XDS's first market entry into Saudi Arabia. And so far as Desert Dragon is concerned guys, they plan to expand immersion cooling capacity to 50 megawatts across 4 cities in Saudi Arabia. And the focus is to enable artificial intelligence and hyperscale computing workloads, and they want to do it within the kingdom as soon as possible. And regarding the signing ceremony guys, it was actually held at Desert Dragon headquarters in Riyadh, and it was attended by key leaders. And regarding ICS Arabia guys, they provide US designed sustainable tech solutions for DD infrastructure. And look, so far as immersion cooling is concerned, I do believe it is seen as a future-ready alternative to traditional air cooling data centers. Now we know regarding Bitcoin mining guys, the Bitcoin mining equipment gets ridiculously hot, isn't it? And that is one of the reasons why a lot of Bitcoin mining facilities are actually done in colder areas. So this move according to me definitely makes a lot of sense. And so far as the infrastructure is concerned guys, it is going to be tailored to be scalable, efficient as well as AI intensive. And Desert Dragon guys, they are targeting a total capacity of 187 megawatts across Saudi Arabia by 2029, which is just 1 year before Vision 2030. So definitely great business planning. And so far sustainability and resilience is concerned guys, they are core principles of Desert Dragon's data center model. Now regarding XDX, they currently operate in United Kingdom as well as United Arab Emirates, and looks like now they're expanding to Saudi Arabia. And regarding XDS guys, they do actually specialize in cloud hosting, artificial intelligence, infrastructure and enterprise scaling digital transformation. So look guys, this particular partnership is expected to boost regional AI capabilities and support the broader Gulf tech growth. So definitely great partnership, isn't it? So these were some news guys on the Bitcoin blockchain, cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence full from blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB, listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. I have a question by Timothy who asks, do you think the infrastructure such as the Saudi data dragons will play a major role in crypto scalability, or will it just be used for general cloud services? This, to be honest, Timothy, is such an interesting question. Now, based on my understanding and research, AI infrastructure like Saudi Desert Dragon could actually play a dual role, but whether it truly impacts crypto scalability, I do think it depends on how deeply AI ends up getting integrated into blockchain ecosystem. Now, if you look at it from a short-term point of view, I do think yes, it's mostly going to support generative cloud services as well as AI workloads, and that could be in areas, let's say, like training large language models, enterprise AI tools, and maybe even pushing the national digital agendas. Now, from a long-term point of view, Timothy, I think this is where it gets really interesting. Now, I can think of a couple of ways where it can actually scale blockchain, because AI interface engines can actually predict transaction congestion, optimize gas fees, and even detect on-chain anomalies or hack in real time, isn't it? But that, to be honest, is the next level efficiency, and this can be done without changing protocol rules or doing hard forks as well. But what about powering ZK proofs as well as layer 2 scaling? Because look, Timothy, ZK proofs are compute monsters, and you know how heavy ZK rollups can get, isn't it? So what I feel is that these AI accelerated data centers could actually bring faster proof generations, thereby making layer 2s more scalable, especially in Ethereum. And if this whole narrative regarding Ethereum Treasury fund picks up pace, the prices of Ethereum will definitely go off the chart as well, isn't it? And another narrative, particularly in the cryptocurrency space, is artificial intelligence and DeFi and DAOs, and we're already seeing AI-powered treasuries, autonomous government tools, as well as smart agent decentralized autonomous organizations, and now they are the underlying infra running all the logic that comes from robust AI compute like Desert Dragons. And another area which I did actually talk about earlier in the episode, now the narrative that is merging cryptocurrency and blockchain space is deep in, and could it actually be the bridge, aiming to decentralized compute storage? Only time will tell, because a lot of people are actually talking about it, but I'm not seeing any use cases as such, because when you talk about deep in, at least for now, they still need to be reliable, and you also need high performance physical infrastructure underneath, and according to me, this is an area where facilities like Desert Dragon kicks in. So to answer your question, Timothy, yes, maybe in today's world, usage might lean towards traditional artificial intelligence, and so far as the Gulf is concerned, it is already building a future-proof infrastructures in it that could actually fuel the next wave of artificial intelligence merging with blockchain technology. So definitely interesting question. And I'm definitely hoping Desert Dragon goes ahead and listen to this part of it, and maybe even on board some of the suggestions that we discussed. So thank you so much for that question, Timothy. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays we have Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the process. We look at geopolitical news, we look at US politics as well as latest developments, and we also look at global macro level news and we discuss partnership. And then we also look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. We look at the latest technological developments, and what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.